Hello. So, I decided to make a YouTube video on the questions that I often get from people who follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and also some of the friends or people that I meet. So, I thought of making a video series on studying in Germany. So, this is our first episode. So, I will mostly talk about how to choose the right university. So, this part is where most people get stuck first. So, there are other parts where it could get complicated, but choosing the right university is really crucial. And I thought, why not talk about this? Because, yeah, it depends on a lot of things. So, today I will mostly be talking about first, why would you even study in Germany? And then some basic information on requirements for a bachelor degree and a master degree. And then we will go on to how to actually choose a university. And then we'll see what comes next. So, yeah, for the obvious reasons, Germany is one of the most attractive places to start your higher education because it's very affordable, because you only have to pay a semester fees in most of the university. If you were able to get into a public university, it's actually around 300 to 400, 450 euros per semester. So that's like a really good deal, because it also includes your transportation card that now they give the Deutschland ticket. That means you can travel in all regional transports all around Germany. So that's really a good advantage. And then excellent education. Germany is very known for tackling very sensitive, very all sort of topics in academia. And if you want to really continue in academia, I would really advise you can start studying in Germany, because in some part of the world, for example, in gender studies, female studies, or like themes that are related to diversity and intersectionality, are being a bit restricted with funding, and ability to freely study these topics are being very much restricted in some obvious part of the world. But in Germany, I feel like it's more of a liberal education system where you can really study what you want, because there are tons and tons of places where money is coming to academia. But of course, we have to be really responsible of the money we get. But anyway, that's another topic, which I'm also very interested in. If you want to talk about more, you can just start a conversation in the comment section. And of course, you can try living in Europe if you haven't. And it's a good experience, I would say. For me, it has been a very positive experience. And also career opportunities. If you plan ahead and do what you have to do from the beginning, it shouldn't be that difficult. Yeah, so we come to the very technical part of the whole process. So for bachelor degrees, what you really need are the very basics that you need to do a bachelor degree anywhere in the world. So you should have finished your up to your secondary education. That means like the high school, or in like the A levels, like the advanced levels, like in the like similar to the UK system. And then the university entrance qualification. So in the UK system and some of the other countries that follow this is the advanced level examination. If you pass it, and then of course you have the entrance qualification. So it depends on country to country. And if you have some questions regarding that, you can just ask in the comments, and I will try to help you out and find out what are the requirements for your specific country. And then, of course, I wrote here English language requirements, assuming that people who watch this video would like to study in English. So that is around, in general, they always ask for a B2 level English. That is, in IELTS, it's a 6.5. So it's not low, or it's not also too high. So it's a very doable level. So sometimes you can also, in some universities only, that you can also say that you studied in English medium in your school, and that and then if you can prove that, then you are also don't really have to prove your English through a certified test. So this only depends on which university. So if you already know the university you want to study, then you can really go through the website and maybe write to the international office and just ask. So there is no harm in asking. And then if you really know what they require, and then that's it basically. So, and for master's admissions, that's so you need everything from the language requirements, and you should have had your entrance qualification, and additionally you should have done a bachelor degree for obvious reasons. And there you have to have a subject specific bachelor. For example, if you've done a bachelor in business administration, and then you most likely cannot apply to a AI or technological some engineering programs in for your master's. So you just have to be a bit more careful when you apply to your bachelor's, because mostly you don't really want to do a second bachelor, so you would decide on something that you really want to do mostly the rest of your life. But that's okay. If you make a mistake, that's fine, you can always start again. But just to be in the in the safer side, you can select what you really want to study and what you are passionate about, and then the rest becomes easy. If you really want to study a master's, and then it's easier. And even if you want to go for a PhD, a doctorate, then it could be very, very easy for you, because you already have built up your academic background. So nothing extraordinary about that, but some master degrees will also require you to have some experiences into related jobs. So that is, I haven't really seen it that much, but I've heard that some degree programs really require you to have some sort of experience beforehand, before you start your masters. But these internships and requirements are there for bachelors, but you don't need to have it as a requirement just to apply for your bachelor's. If there's a doubt, you can look deeper into the university that you want to apply and the degree program that you wanted to apply. So in summary, for masters, you just need, in addition to all the requirements of a bachelor, you need a bachelor degree on top of that, and it should be subject specific. Only sometimes they'll ask for a job experience. Not all the time, sometimes. Yeah, so that's about the requirements. And yeah, and I will show you how you can really choose the right university. Yes, so this is one of my favorite places to go look for universities. So this is called MyGermanUniversity. If you just Google it, you will be directed. Yeah, you will get the link to this page. And what you can do is, here you say what to study, for example. So there are so many categories you can select from. For example, we can select what can we look for? For example, like business management and economics. So it's around like 5,298 study programs. So maybe we can narrow it down a little bit more. So you can say maybe something related to business administration, management, maybe not necessarily an engineering one, but here business management. And if you have a background in mathematics in your high school, you can also click that. Maybe not necessarily, you don't really like economics, maybe you like economics. Yeah, why not? And this is a teaching degree. You become you do this to become a teacher. And Dual Studium is a different type of study where you will be placed into a job, and sometimes you need to look for the job, and other times the university also helps you to be placed. So at that time, by the time you are out of the university, most probably you also have a job. So these programs mostly want you to have also some level of German. So I will not select this because maybe, yeah, I can select it and see you can manage it without German. Yeah. So maybe we go like this, and then they filter out 5,540 courses. That is a lot. So what you can do is say, just show me only the English ones. And then it goes down to 982. And then if you're only searching for a bachelor, you can just click bachelor. And you have only 193 courses from that. And for most of the bachelor programs, you will only get a winter semester. So you really don't really need to click on anything. So here, this is very important. If you want to get into a program without a lot of restrictions, then you can have this clicked. So what it basically means is that if you qualify, you will be admitted. So there are restricted programs. Even though you're qualified, they only take they will put you in a ranking, and only the top certain people will be selected. For example, if they only have 35 places, only 35 people will be admitted. Even though you were qualified, it could be that people with a higher GPA were there before you and they get in, and unfortunately you lose. So if you have very high GPA, and then no problem, you can just go for a restricted program as well. And I also say no tuition fee. So now we are down to 33. I think now you have a number of courses where you can look a little bit more in depth. For example, so International Business Studies, this is a very good one. So here you get some information about the program. But what you can really do is go to this university website and look for this study program and read on it. So this is a program that it's relatively easier to get in because I'm yeah. So the deadline, it says 15 September. This is actually for the German applicants who have a German university entrance qualification. So mostly if you're an international student, mostly I think you are, it's only up till 15th August, which means this is like most of the university, their application deadlines ends on July 15th. But this university, you can apply till the 15th of August. That's one good thing about it. And also it's quite good. And they have like different they have different campuses, but and they also do teach in English, because sometimes, even though it says here they have not mentioned, but it's better, even though the filtration we said to have only English, but sometimes here it says English, but when you actually go into the university website, it also says that you need a German language level of a A2 or B1 or something. Even though the program is not taught in German, they anyway require German language. So these are the things that you need to be really careful, so that you don't miss out on things. Yeah, because when you apply and you wait for months and weeks, and then you just get a result that's disappointing, it's better to just know beforehand. If it requires German, then you don't apply. So it's simple as that. So like that you can go through. And one of the other university universities that I would also really recommend looking at is the Rheinwald University. That's not here. Maybe here, if you know a university, you can also. Okay, maybe. Yeah. So, so for this filter and this type of courses, we have only sustainable tourism in Rheinwald, but then Rheinwald also have agribusiness program where you could also apply if you have proper qualification. Yeah, these are some other programs, and also like there's an engineering program you can apply without restriction if you have the subject specific university entrance qualification. You can easily apply to that. So yeah, and then the other one is the DAAD. You might have heard this already. So this is a very famous organization that also gives a lot of scholarships, which I will make another video if you really want me to. Otherwise, here is also a nice way of looking for programs. Here you can say which program you want, undergraduate, course of study, which one you want, and there's a lot, and then the type of the degree programs you need. And yeah, these you don't really have to select because yeah, and yeah, and location if you really want to study in a specific place because one of your family members are around, and yeah, in English. So yeah, and then they also do a very good job in filtering out the courses for you. Yeah, so that's basically where you look, and I think it's those two. I don't think you will miss out on any degree programs if you use these two. And let me know if you have questions. I know it's a bit long, it's a longer video, but I think choosing your university is the key because you have to deal with this at least till you finish your bachelor's. And yeah, and also if you really want to get into a university, and yeah, it all depends on what your goals are, what you want, what are your expectations. So I hope this helped you. So basically what I said is like, look for English programs and state if you want bachelor's or master's. Say that you take the no admission restriction option, and if you have a preferred location, then yes. The semester, of course, like we mostly start with the first semester, so it's easier, it has less technical aspects to it. So yeah, so pretty much it. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or if anything was not very clear, or if you think I said something that is not correct, then you can also let me know. And so I thought the next step would be how to apply. So if if you are international, then obviously you have to apply through uni-assist. Then I can show you step by step how to collect the documents, where to look for what, and how to apply, how to pay, and how much you should pay, and what to look out for in the next episode. So stay tuned, and if you have questions, post them. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any questions. So thank you so much for watching, and yeah, good luck with your application process, and maybe see you in Germany.